The floor to Commissioner Hogan. Commissioner.
Thank you very much, Daniel. And as has been pointed out, next week marks the end of 30 years of milk quota system and a move towards a market-oriented policy. This comes as obviously as no surprise to anybody, because it follows a decision that was taken 12 years ago to finally abolish the milk quota system. And for the first time in more than 30 years, European producers will respond only to market forces. The situation today is completely different than it was in 1984. With this more market-orientated sector, you will recall that those were the days of butter mountains, milk lakes, these are the differences that we have today, that we are now competitive in world market prices. Intervention prices are set at a level that doesn't encourage surplus milk production, and we are able to export 11% of our milk production without any kind of subsidies at all. This is coming at a time when global demand for milk products is increasing at an average of 2% per annum. So the removal of these production constraints in the dairy sector, I think, can be looked upon with optimism. The market prospects are encouraging, with at least 150 million people entering the middle class each year between now and 2030, bringing almost 60% of the world's population into a middle-income bracket, where demand for dairy products is growing dramatically. Between 2010 and 2014, I would remind you that the EU exports of dairy products to Korea more than doubled, while the level of imports went from 28% to 37% over the same period with the EU. And this particular trade agreement that we're negotiating and finalising now with South Korea will provide further opportunity in the years ahead, with further liberalisation of Korea's tariffs on dairy products, the lifting of its ban on certain imports of cheeses in particular, and our push for 7 additional GIs to be recognised in the context of dairy products, particularly in cheese. So there have been numerous debates held over the years about the expected impact of the abolition of milk quotas, and I know that many producers were expressing some concern about the price of milk in this context. I would remind you that we have already seen in 2014 a 5.5% increase in milk production, and that has factored itself into the prices that we have today. Also, I don't expect a major increase in milk production in 2015, arising from the already 5.5% increase in production in 2014. I have been very pleased this week to launch new financial instruments with the help of the European Investment Bank to assist the new horizon in relation to dairy industry. There will be a new financial instrument available in all member states if they wish to draw down with the help of the European Investment Bank for restructuring of the dairy industry in the context of expansion post-milk quota. The abolition of the quotas but obviously will always raise issues about price volatility, but we continue to have market mechanisms available to us in the event of a serious crisis. We're also exploring through the financial instruments and indeed in policy with member states opportunities to confront short-term volatility by integrating supply chain contracts, fixed contracts, forward contracts and price differentiation according to volumes. All of those particular elements that can be explored by the dairy industry to reduce the price volatility fears of our producers. As I said, I will continue to remain vigilant in case there is a major threat to the milk market. We've also put in place the Milk Price Observatory, which will closely monitor the marketplace and give the appropriate price signals in the marketplace to producers and to processors alike. I am going to strengthen this particular observatory in 2015 in order to ensure that industry is able to take full advantage of the price sensitivities and the market opportunities that will inevitably emerge on the world market. So after a long time of strong governmental involvement in the dairy market, industry now has to find its way to adapt to the new reality. But we will, as I said earlier, continue to monitor through the Milk Market Observatory the situation as it unfolds in 2015 and beyond. But I am fully committed to supporting the continued market orientation of the dairy sector and I am confident that the industry has a bright and prosperous future. Thank you.